Hello, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Nalini. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine. So let's start our rapid fire session. So my first question is, what inspired you to write this amazing book?
So, Nalini, I went back in my childhood, in my teenage, and during my early years when I started working, and I recollected all the failures which I have encountered. There were times when I used to feel very low down, and I could not see any way to go. And then I realized that failure is not the dead end. It is actually a detour to success. So if I have to reach to success, I have to pass through failures, maybe one, two, three, or multiple failures. And that's what I realized that I should write a book and I should, all these insights, I should keep it in the book so that the readers should understand that failure is not the dead end. It is just one step ahead towards success. So that has inspired me to write real life stories, stories about my struggles, my failures, my successes, and to inspire the readers, especially who would read this book.
Okay, great. So my second question is, if you could give one piece of advice, what would it be?
One piece of advice which I want to give to the readers, especially for Beyond Failure, is don't see failure as a setback, and they should never attach their identity to failures or to the setback. Many times when we encounter failure, we kind of start giving up on things. So I say that in failure, it is very important to follow four steps. You try, you fail, you learn, and then you succeed. Many people, after trying, when they fail, they stop. But it is very important to try. If you fail, you learn from your failure, and then you walk towards the success. So never attach your identity with the setback that okay, if you once you're a failure, you're not a failure. You have failed in a process, but you will learn from it if you want to learn from it, and then you succeed. So one piece of advice is never attach your identity with the setbacks you face in life.
Okay. And how do you keep yourself motivated on bad days?
A lot many bad days come to me almost every day. Every day, comes with challenges, struggles. But one thing which I've learned, Nalini, is uh, never to forget my self-worth. I know what I'm meant for. I know the purpose of my life. I know why God has created me. And it took me lot many years to understand this reality of my life. So whenever I face any challenge or any failure, which I still face, and I always say to people that I have a friend with me sitting next to me even during the interview, and that is failure. My best friend, who still, he's even sitting right now with me. You can't see him, but I can see him. And that friend is nothing but, I mean, you get nervous, you get the fear of failing. Whenever I get a chance to speak in public, I always have this fear that whether I'll be able to speak or not. What if I get nervous? What if I fail? So this fear of failure is everywhere. But I always close my eyes, look back, and I see how many failures I have gone through, what have I learned from them. And the most important thing is that I believe in myself. I believe in the God that He has created me for a reason, and that's what I'm fulfilling.
Great. So what's the first step someone should take towards self-improvement?
So, self improvement, Nalini, is not a destination, it's a journey. And it's an ongoing journey. Self improvement never stops. If someone believes that okay, I have to improve in this and then it's over, it is not true. Self improvement is a journey which we all have to go through all our lives. I would suggest people to actually work on understanding their self awareness. They should be more self aware. Many times you do not know what we are doing, where we are, and where we have to go, and that's where we lose control over many things. That's where the fear comes in because we don't know where to go. It's same like when you have to go to some place, you open your Google map, your GPS, and that map takes you somewhere. Now understand, if you don't have a GPS, what will first thing which will come to your mind is the fear that where am I going to go and how am I going to reach. So when you are more self-aware, it acts like a GPS in your life. You know where you're going in next 2 years, next 3 years, next 5 years. And likewise, you start building on working on your habits. You will start creating your plans, your goals, and the means to achieve them. So, self-awareness is very important when it comes to self-improvement.
Okay. Which self-help book influenced you the most?
Yeah, so I was never a reader because I've always failed in my academics. So during my childhood, I never used to read even my course books, Nalini. But later on, when I realized that reading really has power and it actually opens up a lot of things in your life, knowledge, wisdom, so many things. One man whom I follow everywhere, and I want to become like him. Even if I become 10% of him, I guess my life will be successful. It is John C. Maxwell, Mr. John C. Maxwell, and his book, Failing Forward, which actually resonates with the book Beyond Failure, because in his book Failing Forward, he always spoke about how we should use our failure as a stepping stone to move towards success. The life of resilience and perseverance we should live. We should not have that give up attitude if we fail. Beyond Failure resonates on these lines, and that's his book Failing Forward. A couple of years back, I read that book. I didn't know that I'll be writing a book on failure itself one day, but that book has actually inspired me, influenced me a lot.
That's great. So that's it for our rapid fire session. And thank you for answering our questions and thank you for giving us your precious time.
Thank you, Nalini. Keep doing the good work you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And all the best for your book.
Thank you, Nalini.
Thank you.
Yeah.